Welcome to Monday Night Yoga, class number 7 video. I miss you guys, and we did have several bee emergencies this past week. We went from having 3 hives to 7, so that means we had numerous swarms, and we ran out of beehives, and it's just a long story, but there are bee emergencies that happen, and we had them. Hopefully the queens are all snug in their new hives and they're happy and nobody else will swarm. It is good to be with y'all tonight, and what we're going to do tonight is a class on grounding. Grounding is what you want to do when you feel anxious, when you feel fidgety, when you feel depressed, or maybe you have some anxiety issues. And so yoga is an incredible tool to teach us how to ground ourselves, how to build our resilience, how to build grit, if you will, and to just stay calm and face whatever's coming at us with as much grace as possible. So tonight we're going to talk for just a couple of minutes before we breathe on our resources that we can use to cultivate grounding. We have 2 types of resources actually, internal and external. So external resources, those are your family, your friends, maybe your job or a hobby. It could be your home. It could be your nest egg or savings account, insurance. It could be extra ways to make money. It's really just external things around you, people and places that you can lean on to feel more grounded. Internal is your own personal support system. And these are the qualities that we have that go back to childhood. It's faith, it's trust, hope, love, grit, determination, resilience. All of those things are our internal resources. So what sometimes you have to do in times of stress is to remind yourself of your internal and external resources that are there to help you through your time of need. It helps sometimes maybe to write a journal. That's why a gratitude journal is so important. That's why often in class I just say, think of one thing right now that you're grateful for. So tonight, as we go through this class, maybe do an inventory of your internal and your external resources, those pieces of your life that are there for you in times of need. So let's start with breath work. Close your eyes. You can sit or lie down, whatever's most comfortable, and just take a few moments to bring yourself here into your space, this place where you can breathe, you can let go of stress, you can move, and you can relax. Bring the awareness to your breath for a few moments. Whether the day has been good or bad, be here now. Remember those 2 questions. Where are you? Here. What time is it now? Take 5 more breaths in and out through your nose. Now let's breathe deeper. Pull that breath down to the bottom of your lungs. So breathe deeper. And then exhale through your nose as slow as you can. Breathe deeper. Exhale slow. Breathe deeper. Exhale slow. Breathe deeper. Exhale slow. Breathe deeper. Exhale slow. Take a couple of more normal breaths. Just breathing. Now open your eyes and let's do a sigh breath before we stand for class tonight. So just take a deep breath in and then on your exhale sigh. Let's do a little better than that. Breathe deeper. Let's do one more sigh breath. Breathe deeper. Hopefully we're beginning to feel better. Take your time. Let's stand up. After all, this class is about grounding, and so we're going to do the major portion of it tonight standing because we want to ground ourselves. So we start with the most simple pose of grounding is mountain. Wiggle your toes. Keep your feet about hip distance apart. Let your weight begin to be equal, just as much on the left side as the right. We'll soften the knees. Maybe pull the shoulders back, let the arms relax. Settle in a little bit. And then stillness and breath. Take 3 breaths in and out through the nose. And as you breathe, think about those internal and external resources. Those pieces, those puzzle parts of your life that are there to help you ground yourself and be strong. So now we breathe and we do child's twist. Another way to ground ourselves. The feet are planted. And then we come back and we come into moon pose. And we take our hands all the way up to the moon. We stretch. Maybe feel a little more grounded now, a little stronger, a little more safe and secure. We'll stretch over to one side. Doesn't matter which way. Then we'll gently stretch to the other side. Remember to breathe. And then go all the way back up to the moon. Open your arms. Slowly bring your hands down. Take a breath. Once again, think about those internal and external resources. Breathe slowly. And we begin to move. We take a breath and we bring both hands straight up. Then we breathe and we clasp our hands in front of us. And then we open wide. We take the hands straight up, palms are facing. We clasp the hands again. We open wide. We take the hands up. We clasp the hands. We open wide. We come straight up. We clasp the hands. We open wide. We come straight up. Sorry. Bring the hands gently down, come into mountain. Take a couple of breaths. Breathing. Slow and easy. We get ready and we start the class tonight. Warriors and variations of warriors is one of the best ways to ground yourself. So this class is heavy on warriors tonight, if you will. So we'll take a step forward with the right foot. We make sure once again that we are strong and grounded. So there's as much weight on the left leg as there is the right. We bend that right knee, but we can still see the toes. The knee is over the ankle. And then we take a breath and lift our hands up. We breathe slowly, just breathing. We open the arms wider, we breathe. We take the hands back up, we breathe. We open the arms wide, we breathe. We bring the hands down, we take a breath. We step back into mountain, we take a couple of breaths and breathes, checking in with your body. Feeling that grounding, feeling more secure. We step back with the right foot. We bend that left knee. Once again, it's over the left ankle. We feel strong, we feel secure. We take a breath, we're back in Warrior One, breathing. And then we open the arms wide, we continue to breathe. We take the hands back up, breathing. We open wide, we breathe. We step back into mountain, take a couple of breaths, breathe slowly. We step forward with the right foot again. This time we move into pyramid. The leg is nice and long. We feel strong. We lift the hands up. We lift the chest and we hinge forward from the hips. We're pulling the heart toward the right knee and we breathe. And then we take a breath and we come back up and we breathe. We take a breath, we lift the hands, we exhale, we come forward again and we breathe. We slowly come back up, we breathe. We lift the hands up. We exhale, coming forward back to pyramid, and we breathe. We take a breath and come back up. We step back into mountain. Take a pause, if you will. Breathe slowly. The left leg comes out. We get ready for a pyramid again. Hands come up. Lift the chest as you inhale. As you exhale, come forward. Breathe. We'll take a breath and come back up. Take some breaths. Lift the hands up. Inhale as you exhale, come forward again and breathe. Take a breath, come back up. Remember, honor your bodies, do what you can. Lift your hands up. Inhale as you exhale, come forward again and breathe. Come back up, come back into mountain. Take some breaths, check in with your body. See how you're feeling. How is that grounding process going for you? We get ready. We're doing another little more grounding. This time we open the feet up a little wider than hip distance. Point the feet outward. We bring the hands to the hips. We take a breath, lift the chest. Exhale. We've done this before. We're coming into half of a forward fold. We breathe. We bring the hands back up to the hips, bring the body up, take a breath. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale. We come into a half forward fold, but this time, maybe you're thinking, oh, I could do a whole forward fold tonight. Slide the hands down, let the body rest. Try to keep the knees soft. You don't want to straighten the knees up too much. Keep the knees soft. Then breathe, bring the body up. Take a breath, come back into mountain. Check in with your bodies. See how you feel. Hopefully you feel stronger and you feel more grounded and secure. We get ready for Warrior Two. So we take a big step forward with the right leg. The knee is bent. Arms come out open wide. Turn your face to your right now. Is this better, Rick, or do I need to be sideways? Okay. Breathe slowly. Keep the back of the neck soft, the throat soft, the gaze soft. Just look out past the fingertips. Life is good. A couple of more breaths. We'll bring the hands to prayer. Step forward. Breathe. Step back with your right foot. Left knee bends. Knee is over the ankle. We're strong warriors. Go to Warrior Two or Virabhadrasana 2. Arms are nice and open. Keep breathing. One more breath. You can do this. Take a breath. We're going to step into mountain again. 2 more breaths. Check in with your bodies. This time we're moving into exalted angle. So we'll bring the right foot forward, bend that right knee, left hand's on the hip, right arm comes forward, and it's a modified. We're not really going into a full exalted angle right now because we're moving into half moon. Now I'm going to do half moon on the floor, and then I'm going to use a chair for half moon as well. So take the right hand down to the floor. Bend your knee as much as you need to. Find that place where you feel strong. Oh, balance is bad tonight. And then take a breath, and if your balance is like mine tonight and it's a little wonky, then we can use the chair, come down into exalted angle, and then use the chair. By the way, I had a vertigo attack yesterday too. And if you have a block at home, you can use your yoga block. And there we did exalted angle and half moon. Even the teacher struggles sometimes. So we take a couple of breaths and we get ready. I'll move this chair over here, Rick, so it won't be in the way. We are opening the feet up and we're going to do a 5-point star. So we open wide and we breathe. We take 5 more breaths. We take a breath, we bring the hands to the hips now. We soften the knees, we start to pull the chest forward. We take the hands down to the floor. We let the head relax and hang. And then we lift the left arm up. And then we take it down and we lift the right arm up. And then we bring the hands down. And we slowly bring the body back up into a 5-point star. Take 5 more breaths, breathing. We take a breath, we slowly come forward again. This time we step the feet about hip distance apart. We come down on the knees. And we get ready for some cow-cats. Am I okay, Rick? Inhale and lift the face. Exhale and round your back. Inhale and lift. Exhale and round your back. Inhale and lift. Exhale and round. Inhale and lift. Exhale and round. Now we're moving to child pose. So open your knees up as much as you need. Let your hips go back to your heels. Come down into child pose. You can use your hands if you need to bring your head up a little bit, or even the chair. Now we're going to take a breath and come into downward dog. Arms are extended, hands are shoulders distance apart. Come up on the knees. Feet are hip distance apart. Let the hips go back. Extend the arms. Ears come back toward the shoulders. We breathe. We come back down into child pose. Take 5 more breaths. We do another downward dog coming up. Get on my mat so I don't slide. Breathe slowly. Come back down, go back to child. And then take a breath and slowly come up. Oh, how are we doing so far? Doing okay? You guys have done great. Just hang in there a little more of that grounding process. We are going to come into simple seated. Am I okay here where I am, Rick? Okay, good. And we're going to take some breaths and find yourself grounded and simple seated. Feel the weight of your hips, making that connection with the mat, the earth, if you will. Letting the shoulders relax, the chest lifts, the neck is soft, the face is soft, the gaze of the eyes is soft. And now think of a couple of things to be grateful for. We'll take another breath and we're going to do a gentle twist to the right. Chest is lifted, left hand's on that right knee, we breathe. We take a breath and we twist to the other side, we keep breathing. Come back to the center. I'm going to lie down sideways, Rick, to make it easier, right, than coming in. So the first thing I'm going to do is lie down with my knees bent. Place your hands on your ribs. And this is another way to ground yourself. Pull the chin in slightly toward the throat. And as you're breathing now, let the energy go into your kidneys. Just as you're breathing, be aware of how the kidneys are grounding to your mat, grounding to the earth, feeling that connection. Your feet are touching the floor. But really you want the sensation coming into the kidneys. Just breathing. Maybe you can even begin to feel the kidneys sink into the floor. Two more breaths. And then we're going to bring the knees to the chest. And we'll take 5 breaths. Where do you feel that grounding now? Do you feel it in the spine? Lower back? With our next breath, we move to cobbler's pose. The feet come together, the knees open. So now, maybe you're feeling the sensation moving into the hips more, the curvature of the spine is more pronounced. Don't try to flatten your back. Breathe slowly. Keep the chin coming down toward the neck, breathing. We'll take a breath and bring the knees slowly together. Bring the knees back to the chest, 5 more breaths. Keep breathing. Now we move into spinal twist. Open the arms wide. Palms face upward. We allow the knees to roll over to your left. keep the chest as... We can place the left hand on top of the right thigh. And you can look up, or maybe you want to turn your face to the right. And then we'll take a breath and bring the knees up. Oh. Open wide again. Knees and hips go over to your right. If you wish, you can bring that right hand on top of the thigh. Either look up, or you might want to turn your face to the left. And breathe. We'll take another breath, breathing. Bring the knees back to the chest. It is time for relaxation. Close your eyes. Get comfortable. Maybe take a moment and wiggle your hands and fingers. And then breathe and wiggle your toes and your feet a little bit. Shift your hips a bit. Keep the breath slow. As you continue to breathe, now begin to let the body settle into the mat. Bring the awareness to your breath. Remember, this breath is healing. This breath is healing energy coming into your body. So we breathe. And we take all the awareness to the breath. We notice that sensation of that breath coming into the body and how it feels when it leaves your body. We notice the sound of the breath. And we know that every time we breathe, no matter how soft and gentle the breath is, there's a little bit of movement in the belly and the chest. We take a breath and we feel the softness. We feel that softness spread across the face. Then it begins to come to the shoulders, and we feel the shoulders begin to soften. The softness moves into the chest. It comes down to the belly, and we take a breath. We breathe. A soft, easy breath. We let that softness move down through the legs. As we breathe, now we feel that breath go all the way to the tips of our toes. We take a breath. We breathe again. And the big toe softens. And then the toe beside it. The middle toe. The next toe. And your little toe. And as the toes soften, we bring that softness up through the feet. And then the breath keeps pulling that softness to your shins and your calves. We breathe again. The knees begin to soften. Softness spreads up the back and the front of your thighs. And with your very next breath, your legs and your feet begin to soften and relax. We take a breath. That softness comes into the pelvic floor now. Comes into the hips. We breathe and the softness spreads across the belly. And we let go of stress. We let go of worry. And we let go of fear. The softness continues upward. It spreads up through the rib cage, moving into your chest. You feel the chest open, and the lungs and the heart begin to rest. We take a breath, and the softness continues. It spreads across the collarbones to the shoulders. We breathe, and the shoulders soften and sink down into the mat. You feel grounded. You feel safe. The breath pulls the softness down the arms to your elbows, and then your wrist, and it spreads through your palms. And now your thumbs begin to soften, the point fingers, the middle fingers, the ring fingers, the little fingers. You take a breath, the arms soften and relax. All that softness moves to your neck and your throat. And then it spreads to the jaw, and any tension or stress that is in that jaw, you just breathe and let it go. The mouth, the tongue, and the lips begin to soften. And now we feel that softness moving through the face. The skin and the muscles across the face relax. We take another breath. The eyes begin to soften. The eyelids, the eyelashes, the eyebrows. The softness moves across the forehead. Now the softness spreads across your scalp. As you breathe, the softness goes down the back of your neck. One vertebrae at a time. We take a breath, and the right shoulder blade softens, and then the left. And all that softness starts to spread down the spine, moving through the middle of your back, going all the way down to the tip of your tailbone. When you breathe again, every muscle in your body gets soft and heavy. And all you have to do is breathe. The breath is soft and gentle. And you're breathing now, the body is sinking down into the mat. You feel heavier and heavier. The muscles are so heavy now, so soft, so relaxed. We breathe in, we breathe out. We take another breath, and now the body begins to feel lighter and lighter. You feel light as a feather, as though you could float through the air. There's no worry, there's no fear, there's no stress and no tension. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a deeper breath and begin to come back to your place. Bring all that peace with you and know in your heart that you are worthy of love, you are worthy of joy, and you are always worthy of peace. With another breath, roll over on your right side. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Open your eyes. Slowly begin to sit back up. Thank you all for coming to class today. I appreciate you all so much. We know that things are changing, and when things are updated and I hear about the changes being made, I will let you know. For now, we continue to practice safety. We continue to practice and be healthy and well. I miss you guys. But we'll get to see each other soon. Namaste.